Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark MaBo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Welcome to the original Rockin' Wrestling Radio Show. Welcome to Beyond Ringside, your source for wrestling, MMA, and boxing in the Southeast. To contact the Ringside Roundtable of Beyond Ringside, email them at beyondringside@gmail.com. And now, your host for Beyond Ringside, the man, no myth, all legend, Fast Eddie Layne.
I want to say greetings, good afternoon, how you doing? On this 15th day of May. And Prowler got buried. Yeah, that other word, yeah. It's easier for me to say the B word, though. Live from Studio 1, the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, welcoming in tag team partner, Mark MaBo Bowman. What's up, brother?
Penis.
Why did I know you were going to start out with that?
Don't ever send me a text, saying, hey, I was digging through and blah, 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 blah. Penis.
Or guess what I discovered today? Or da-da-da-da-da. I know. Okay, you said it once, let it go. First off, thank you. You're going to be in one of those forms, aren't you?
I didn't get my full nap in today.
That's your fault, not mine.
Considering
we do no show prep whatsoever before 5 minutes before the show goes on the air.
Hey, just because it's my fault doesn't mean that the rest of you aren't going to
pay the price.
Ramifications and repercussions.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody tuning in through BeyondRingside.com, ProWrestlingRadio.net, the Beyond Ringside Radio app for Amazon, Android, and BlackBerry, the TuneIn Radio app, and TuneIn's website, as well as Ustream and Ustream Mobile. Glad to have everybody on board. Want to remind everybody, whether you're listening live on this 15th day of May, or if you're catching us on replay, don't forget we do have a chat room which is available 24/7 through BeyondRingside.com. Also, if you hear something that we say, or if you hear something that we have said, recorded side, you can always catch us on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, all of the above. We're also LinkedIn, Google+. And also want to run these down real quick for everybody catching us on replay. Of course, you can always find us through iTunes, Podomatic, Podomatic, Spreaker, Stitcher, and of course the shows tab over at iHeartRadio. Come to find out recent days, actually I've talked about this one for a little while, so it's a couple of months old, Downcast, which is available for Apple products, as well as through Pod Directory. Very thankful, did not know until this past week that we were listed through Pod Directory, and I'm very appreciative of that. So you can catch recent episodes and interviews from Beyond Ringside Live, Back to Basics, and Shooters Gallery through all of those different sources. We have Situation in Play. I'm going to run these down real quick. Brand new live edition of the Midnight Black Mass at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. And Corner to Corner actually will be taking the night off. There is a WWE live event in their area. They're going to be laying down tape and recording before they are en route to the event, as well as after the event. So you never know. We might actually, depending on what time it wraps up, if it's at not going to overrun into Midnight Black Mass, may have the guys, we may do a quick call-in on the live system. So we're going to be shifting things in a number of different directions for the next couple of days. Let's go ahead and take it real time in more ways than one. Mark, brother, how's the week been for you?
What?
Ass.
What? Are you through boring the crap out of everybody with your stuff? You done?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm going to get my nap. I was about to say, I can nap for a few more minutes.
Okay, come on in. Impress me, fat man.
Impress you? I can do simple math. That's usually impressive enough for you there.
Okay. I can do calculus.
What? You can do a calculator.
Yeah. Equals key. Equals.
What do you want?
Equals.
What, are you a speak and spell now?
Oh.
What? What do you want? Are we doing this thing? Are we live?
Yes, we are. We're live. This is not imaginary. This is real.
Why didn't you give me the countdown?
I already did give the countdown.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody.
Next thing I know, you're going to break into the Swedish Chef or start doing a Gene Rayburn impression from Match Game.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay.
Eddie bored me to sleep because he kept rambling on about blank.
So you do know Match Game. Very impressive.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And
Dude, USA Network, I'm not going to say it's really its infancy, but, when cable first kicked off and stuff, and during the summertime, I used to watch, like, CBS and then USA would always run all the old school game shows, man. Dude, Pyramid, freaking Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
Oh, so awesome. Yeah. Anyway, what's up? Hi. What's up?
Now I ask the question.
Okay.
We've seen stars. We've seen stars from WWE and some of the other products. TNA's had them before. WCW's had them before. On some of the relevant game shows that have occurred and transpired, kind of like WWE and TNA stars have both been on Family Feud numerous occasions.
It's mainly Family Feud is what you usually see them on. I mean, especially during the heyday. I remember Glow. Remember Glow was on Family Feud at one point.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think you'll ever see them. Oh, I mean, honestly though, I think people would be shocked. But I would love to see some of the guys from WWE on Jeopardy. And I guarantee you, they would surprise the hell out of a lot of people.
Well, remember also we've had some of the stars from WWE on shows such as Who Wants to Be a Millionaire before they played for charity. And we've also had stars from WWE as well as TNA wrestling on Weakest Link with Ann Robinson. Remember that?
I remember WWE. I don't remember TNA.
They've had some of theirs on before too.
Oh, is that how TNA is getting them paid these days?
Yeah, pretty much.
They book them on game shows and go, "Hey, best of luck."
And also, don't forget, stars from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and Ring of Honor have also made appearances on Distraction before on Game Show Network.
Oh, God, I remember Distraction.
Oh, great game show. Actually, that was one of the first places a lot of people became familiar with Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
On a national scale before he went to TNA.
Well, you're average, folks.
That's what I said, on a mainstream scale.
You're Johnny Lunch Pails and Susie Homemakers there.
Now, I asked the question of you.
No.
If you were to go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tomorrow.
Well, then I would feel stupid because I don't even know if they even show it anymore.
Yes, they do. 30-minute format.
Do they actually still film it?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
If you were to go on there, who would you have from the world of professional wrestling as your lifeline phone a friend?
Well, the only person I can think of off the top of my head, I mean, they all have, college educations and stuff, a lot of them. I would go probably Xavier Woods.
Good choice. Master's degree, yeah. Believe it or not, the first name that popped into my head was Matt Stryker.
Matt Stryker would be another one. Well, I would go that or Kofi Kingston.
True.
I think he's got his bachelor's from Boston or something.
Mm-hmm.
If I knew he would stay sober and wouldn't be an a-hole.
Yeah, there goes JBL.
Yeah, I would say I would call it JBL, especially if it was something financial, but, that ain't gonna happen. Oh, another one, Kane.
Glenn Jacobs, yes.
You don't know that man like that. Don't be calling him by his first name. You don't know him like that. His name Kane.
Did you just go Sanford and Son?
You don't know that man like that. Call that man by his Christian name. You don't know him like that.
Okay. You need therapy. I swear to God, you need therapy. But now, go figure this one out. I've always been.
Wait, I got one more.
Continue.
Becky Lynch. Do you know why?
Why?
Just because she sounds sexy, and I'd love to talk to her on the phone.
Okay, I can see that one now. I can genuinely see that with no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I would know that she, she could not even know the question. I could not even know the question. I wouldn't even care. I'd just be like, can I talk to her? Be like, what's up, girl? Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Now, for those who have been listening to the Shooters Gallery for the last few weeks, especially the last 2 weeks, you know that the prevalent topic point has been the discussion, who would be the perfect and most imperfect, two different ones, to induct Vince McMahon into the WWE Hall of Fame. Mark, I turn that question on you at this point.
Well, the list of imperfect boys, we don't have. Whew, I mean, they have to be alive, right?
Yes, that would be a good thing.
Oh, okay, because I mean, I don't know. The perfect. I mean, the perfect would, more than likely be not only the perfect but the obvious. Stephanie or Shane or Trips. If you want to see corpsing at its finest, you could have Linda do it.
That was actually our number 6 consensus pick.
But, I mean, those three would be, if you want to sit there and watch drool for him, you could have JR do it.
He did not make the consensus.
But, I mean, it would probably, I mean, as far as, the ones, it would be Steph, Shane, or Triple H. Well, probably all three of them would probably be up there at once. Hogan. I mean, even though they've had their differences, and Hogan's had his differences with the company, you got to admit, like Hogan or Stone Cold or The Rock, those three would be good to induct him, because he's catapulted their careers, like with Hogan, it was a combination of Hogan and Vince, who pretty much kicked off everything in the 80s. It's a combination of Hogan or Stone Cold and Vince, that did the resurgence of the WWE and the Attitude Era. Or you could swap it out with The Rock. Let's see. So that would probably be, if you want to do a Mick pick 2 or 6 pick 2 or whatever, that would probably be, those guys.
Well, loaded question. If Ric Flair were to do the induction, how long would it be before he actually mentioned Vince's name? What's your over-under on the minutes?
I wouldn't even let that drunk piece of crap on the stage. I mean, I wouldn't even let him in the building if it was up to me. I mean, besides Ric Flair, he would serve no purpose. That would be like having the Sheik. There you go. One who would not be. I mean, even though Sheiky Baby loves Vince McMahon, and he'll tell you that McMahon's did everything for him, I don't think I would have the Sheik induct him. Mr. T, because we would hear, about a 45-minute induction speech involving, his mother, before he actually got Vince on the stage. Let's see, who outright hates it? I think Vince Russo, Jim Cornette.
Let me stop you on that one, because actually that was our number 5 consensus as the anti-hero pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would say Russo. I would say Bischoff. I mean, I guess just because, Vince controls the Hall of Fame anyway. I think just to be an a-hole, he'd probably have Bischoff do it.
Well, let me go ahead and give you the top 10, the consensus 10 picks.
Okay.
And these are not for any particular reason, and there is one that we went ahead and included if they were still with us.
Okay.
The number 1 overall pick, believe it or not, the very first employee for WWFE, Howard Finkel. First off, you know he's going to still have the pipes for it.
Well, I mean, but I don't think he could do that because those inductions speeches go about 5 minutes or so.
Depending.
It would just get.
No, I think we all thought that Finkel would probably do a very admirable job of it. And you know that he would convey the emotion necessary to really it's like, okay, Vince hates putting himself over unless he's putting himself over.
I don't know about that.
But I think we all thought the conclusion was arrived that Finkel, being the very first employee of the WWF at that time, would be
hold on. I don't think he's the very first. I think he's the longest employed. He's not the very first.
Legend has it he's the first.
No, the legend is he's the longest.
Okay, that's it. Well, then, of course, the second longest, Vince Lombardi, just went bye-bye. 30 years.
Lombardi?
I mean, Steve Lombardi.
I was like...
Sorry, Packer fans.
That's why I was like, what? Yeah, that was kind of lame, though, but we'll touch... Okay, anyway, so that's Fink's number one.
Okay. Actually, I thought it was kind of poetic, not necessarily lame. There's reasons why I thought it happened the way it did. But from there, the number 2 overall pick, if he were still with us, Gorilla Monsoon.
Oh, God, yes. No, actually, if he were still with us, I would say number 1 pick, Gorilla Monsoon.
Number 3 pick, Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
Number 4 consensus.
Uh-huh.
The man who made the WWE and the man the WWE made, The Undertaker.
No, because here's the thing. Taker will never do that.
I think if asked, he would.
I don't think he would, because he could have easily been the one to induct Paul Bearer.
Number 5. This is the anti-hero pick. Jim Cornette.
Yes. Cornette doesn't like anybody, and nobody likes Cornette.
There you go.
By the way, tell me you saw the exchange I think Cornette had with Kenny Omega on Twitter.
Nope.
Basically was going off and I think it was Kenny Omega. Guys, look it up. Cornette has tons of Twitter rants. But I think it was Kenny Omega he was going off about. And this was probably as the kids say, the ponage. Ricochet steps in because I think it was Kenny Omega. But anyway, Ricochet steps in defending him. He goes, hey, Kenny Omega, blah, 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 whatever. We'll say it's Kenny Omega if it's, just for conversation speak. And Cornette goes, oh, look, another flippy-dippy wrestler has something to say. And Ricochet shoots back with, I'm not another flippy-dippy wrestler. I'm the flippy-dippy wrestler. And I was like, that's the best thing in the world.
What did Cornette respond with?
I don't know. I think Cornette shut up or just let it go or whatever, which is something big for Cornette. But I mean, when you think of modern day flippy dippy wrestlers, who would be the number one modern day flippy dippy wrestler? Ricochet.
Matt Sydal.
No. Ricochet owns Sydal. By the way, I think they're the IWGP
Junior.
Juniors, yeah. But man, Ricochet can out flippy dippy anybody these days.
ACH.
He can out flippy dippy ACH.
Okay. Number 6. Let's wrap the top 10 on this one real quick.
Let's go then.
Number 6 consensus. Linda McMahon.
If she's corpsing, my husband Vincent Kitty Lee McMahon started the World Wrestling Federation with just a hope and a dream. I want you people to know that I will be running for Senate in New York State next year.
Connecticut.
No, but she would try to run for New York State.
Number 7, another somewhat anti-hero pick. The man who was the voice of Extreme Championship Wrestling, Joey Styles.
Somewhat, yeah. But then also, I could see Heyman. Heyman would get his jab. Heyman would make an interesting one because he would get his jabs in, but at the same time still, shine Vince enough. I mean, Joey still works for the WWE, so I don't think he would say too much.
Still nothing can take the place of the work shoot that he did on his final night on television when he quit Raw.
Oh, yeah.
I still will never forget that. Matter of fact, I actually watched it a couple of weeks ago. Number
Did you watch it on the network for $9.99?
No, I watched it on YouTube for my cable bill.
Oh, you just communist.
Number 8. If he were healthy enough to run something as long as an introduction and an induction speech, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh, hell yeah, son! If we had the fully functioning brain, which speedy recovery to him, getting out of the hospital earlier this week, late last week. But yes, and I cry every time I see current pictures of him. But yes, if we had a fully functioning, fully operational, could stand up there and crank out a speech. Oh my God, Bobby Heenan, and present company included on this network, best manager in the world of all time so far, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Number 9, Triple H.
Well, we already said that.
Well, no, not in the consensus pick. You said that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Vince is my father-in-law. We're going to induct him.
You went back and watched The Rock ripping on Triple H one time, didn't you?
No, it's
I'm the game.
If you watch Camp WWE, that's how.
I've not watched that yet.
Oh, little Triple H talks like that. Well, technically, he's not little Triple H. He's, I don't know, I guess teenage Triple H.
Puberty Triple H?
Well, no.
Number 10 on the consensus picks. Like I said, and we built consensus as we were building our own individual lists. Number 10, because of the factor of what he's done with the WWE behind the scenes, and also had been very prominent in front of the camera, not necessarily for the E, but for other companies. Freddie Prinze Jr., very accomplished actor. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Pass on that one.
You got a mosquito flying around you or something? Notable mentions from my personal one. And notable mentions from my personal.
That's what I said,
The anti-hero pick of the millennium, CM Punk.
Keep going.
The anti-hero pick of the millennium 2.0, Martha Hart.
Who?
Owens.
Oh, Martha Hart.
Martha.
I thought you said Mark the Hart.
No.
Okay, well, hell, if we're going to do that, might as well say Nails. Ludwig Borga, if he was still alive.
Kozlov. Okay, not quite anti-hero pick of the millennium part 3.0, but UFC President Dana White.
Yeah, I mean, they
get along. They get along. Yeah. Allegedly.
If you want to have Corpsing 2.0, Dixie Carter.
That's 2 up in my countdown.
Oh, Lord.
Number 7 on my list. They have been thorns in each other's ass for many, 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 many years, and I'm not talking about the director of the Westminster Kennel Club. The only show to totally dislodge Raw for a week. I'm referring to the president of the National Football League, the commissioner, Roger Goodell.
I don't know about that. Is Dick Ebersol still alive?
That's NBC. And he's the one who put them on a Saturday night's main event.
That's what I'm saying. But, I mean, I could see if Dick Ebersol, maybe him.
Yeah, that would be a good one. None of us thought of that. Believe it or not, none of us thought of that. My number...
Did Did anybody say Trump?
That was my number 1.
Ah, okay.
Thank you. Number 6, Dixie Carter. Number 5, superstar Billy Graham. Number 4, Bruno Sammartino. Number 3, Pat Patterson. Number 2, the Brooklyn Brawler. Number 1 pick, of course, if he wins President of the United States, Vince will go into his own Hall of Fame, knowing the fact that he has the option of getting the sitting president to induct him into his own damn Hall of Fame. Donald Trump.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Okay, what would be more awkward to hear, Patterson or Briscoe?
Patterson would be fine. Briscoe, Mr. McMahon.
Mr. McMahon, I want to let y'all know that Mr. McMahon has done right by me and my family and make sure that I had a job. And then Pat with his whole, Vince over there, I told him we do the pay-per-views, and then he sat there and he said, Pat, and I don't know, I like the boy.
To which one of them said, tell us something we don't know.
That's the thing I love hearing Pat Patterson talk, is that he pluralizes things that should be singular and singularizes things that should be plural. So I go to pick up the books, and I put on my glass, and I try to read.
The list that Shane Knowles put together. Jumping on my concept of Roger Goodell, his number 10, the former commissioner of the National Basketball Association, another company that's a thorn in the ass for the demo of the WWE, as in the target age bracketing. That would be David Stern. Just recently stepped down a couple of years ago. Donald Silver now currently one. Number 9, Mean Gene Okerlund.
Yeah, I'm surprised Gene didn't rank higher than everybody else's, but go ahead.
Number 8. Well, technically, he didn't really rank his. I'm just going in that particular order. I'm just going at 10 to 1. As not necessarily. No. Number 8, the man who said he would never take a dime from WWE and proved it when the Horsemen were inducted, Ole Anderson.
That should be number 1.
Yeah, I know. Number 7, Cowboy Bill Watts.
Okay.
Number 6, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Number 5, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Number 4, Jesse the Body Ventura.
That's another one I'm surprised nobody's picked.
Number 3, anti-hero pick, not necessarily the Millennium, because there'd be a little grudging going on, Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, like I said, I think he would have Bischoff do it just to kind of rub his face. And here's a quick question, a little side note, and then we're going to wrap this up. Do you think that Vince will ever induct Bischoff?
Probably.
I mean, he does, whether Vince wants to admit it or not.
Bischoff gave him the biggest run for the money along with Ted Turner.
Well, Bischoff for all of what he did, and Paul Heyman for all of what he did.
Now, I got a question. I'm gonna flip the script. If Vince ever decides to induct Ted Turner, does he induct him as the owner of TBS into the celebrity wing? Or does he induct him as the owner of WCW into the traditional Hall of Fame without the qualifier?
More than likely, he will never induct him. But if for some reason he does, he will probably go more traditional, since he was the owner of the company. So.
But to wrap up Shane's list, number 2, a man who Vince owes literally his ass to on more than one occasion, the head of the legal team, Jerry McDevitt.
They'll never really bring any behind the scenes.
I know, but still, Shane and I, we all agreed it was poetic as hell. And, of course, Shane's answer would probably be the anti-hero pick of the Millennium version 0.1. Here's issue 0. Who better to induct Vince than Vince?
Vince would induct himself.
Yeah, I know. Real quick, I'm going to run down Stan's picks for you. Triple H, Lord Alfred Hayes, anti-hero pick Buff Bagwell, anti-hero...
Hold on. Hayes is dead.
I know, if he were still alive. That's why we gave the same qualifier to Gorilla.
But you didn't say that, though.
Okay. Anti-hero pick version 2.0, and actually should be 1.0 in anybody's book. The entire cast of the Montreal Screwjob. Hebner, Hart, and HBK.
Basically the Hebners
Yeah,
who've
pretty-
been screwed over.
Number 6, Number 6, Nature Boy Ric Flair. God help him, keep him away from the microphone. Number 5, Hulk Hogan. Number 4, Paul Heyman. Number 3, Jim Ross. And I missed. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jim Ross was number 2, and he actually went with Ted Turner as his number 1 pick. Yeah. But there's some good ones out there that did not even get discussed. Didn't get because Shawn Michaels, other than the Montreal Screwjob thing, would actually be a great choice.
I might have flashbacks of when they used to give each other back rubs.
There you go. And I still have to sit back and say I thought it was absolutely poetic that the week after I mentioned the Brooklyn Brawler, lo and behold, he gets released from the WWE.
Actually, he was released last week because nobody said anything.
I know.
No, he was released before you didn't mention it.
No, we started it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago, okay.
Yeah, we started it 2 Thursdays ago, and then we wrapped it up last Thursday.
Oh, okay.
We didn't go all the way through out of respect for the fact that Stan was out sick that week.
Okay.
But, folks, for those of you listening, seriously, chat room, beyondringside.com. Catch us on Facebook, catch us on Twitter. If you have one that you would like to add to that list, love to hear from you. It's that damn simple. At Beyond Ringside on Twitter, Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live. Tell you what, going to go to a quick break. We'll be back. Beyond Ringside rolls on right after this.
This is Jim Cornette. You are locked into the show of all time, Beyond Ringside.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
This is Dr. Tom Pritchard, and if you want to listen to the best in professional wrestling, get locked in to Beyond Ringside.
2010, after 2 years of constant bullying, 11-year-old Ty Smalley took his own life. In the past 7 years, more than 55,000 children have taken their own lives due to bullying. That's 22 youth suicides every day. Stand for the Silent is a grassroots organization that educates people about the harsh reality of bullying and the devastation it causes, and they need your help. Visit standforthesilent.org to learn how you can get involved and help us to save lives.
I stand for the silent.
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 I'm Roddy Piper, and we stand for the silent.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Universal Soldier Phil Shatter, also TNA Gunner. 2 years in the making as NWA National Heavyweight Champion, making my way to the top as #1 in the world. And you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Oh, yes! This is Paul Bearer, and some people call me Percy Pringle III. You're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
And welcome back into Beyond Ringside Live. Well, break took longer than we thought. We apologize. Oh, that's right. We went late. Same damn thing.
Yes, we did.
There you go. By the way, I get asked the question every once in a while for some of the music that we run here on Beyond Ringside branded products and a lot of the shows here on the station. Actually, TEKNOAXE.com, Technoax. Matthew Huffaker, very, very creative musical ingenue. I'll dare use the word genius. Comes up with some really great stuff in just about all genres. Everything from straight ahead rock and roll, southern rock, classic rock style, heavy metal, alternative, all the way to the more contemporary techno, ambient, as well as R&B hip hop. And just absolutely love a lot of the music, and it's all royalty free. In other words, if you have a radio show, a podcast, a video game, a movie, something you're trying to put together, and you're looking, okay, that too, and it's always going to be porn with him, either that or a poop or a penis joke. But coming back to it, if you are looking for a great source for royalty-free music, definitely check out TEKNOAXE.com. Also, you can find TechnoAxe over on YouTube. Special thank you once again, Matthew Huffaker, for a lot of the music you hear on the Beyond Ringside family of shows and Beyond Ringside branded products. Fast Eddie Layne on this side of the board. Mark MaBo Bowman off in, I don't know. What galaxy are you in this week?
S5.
Cool. Be sure to stop by the burger stand for me while you're there.
Okay.
Not going to mention names because I don't do that. There is a curtain here. We wait till Wednesdays to pull that curtain back. Longtime friend of the family and colleague decided to take the immortal leap yesterday. Ouch. And there was no...
Oh, sorry. I was like, who died?
Yeah, pretty much. Same damn thing.
Yeah, no, but it's all over Facebook. So.
I know, but not everybody knows one from two, so I'm going to leave it that way. I'm not going to be the one to kill the wall.
Okay, well, then real quick, and then we'll move on. But congratulations to that person. But wasn't that person already previously married?
Don't remember. But I will simply sit back and say, Night Prowler, you're an idiot.
They just messed everything up. Okay,
I was going to say the gimmick name before I'd say the real name. Hell.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Mm-hmm. Somebody, apparently, it just goes to show that there are people, who will go out there and find them a nice, bald 50-year-old virgin and marry him. So congratulations, Prowler.
Well, shave your head. You'll have a shot at being next.
Yeah. Trust me, it's been 7 years, but no, not the virgin. And then, I've pretty much given up on finding anybody. So
maybe we'll come up.
Congratulations, Prowler. I'm glad you waited until they finally legalized gay marriage. Feel like he's smart enough to know what a podcast is.
He listens all the damn time.
No, he doesn't.
I actually had planned. I couldn't say I'd planned, but I was hoping to be able to get free yesterday because I was going to go to the wedding and probably mourn. But I was actually DJing a birthday party yesterday evening. Had a phenomenal time. Stephanie, thank you very much for allowing me the honor and the privilege to their family, your friends. Thank you once again. Had a chance to make some great connections. And folks, real quick, yes, yours truly, the Magic City Motor Mouth, still very much an active part of Full Range Entertainment, even though the website pretty much needs to be overhauled and updated. But you can catch fullrangeentertainment.com. That is my personal company. I do wedding receptions, birthday parties, school dances, social functions, business functions, all of the above. If you're looking, and all the music that I run is all ages appropriate, radio edits. So if you're looking for somebody who definitely cares about what they do and enjoys it at the same time, drop over at fullrangeentertainment.com or catch me through fasteddielayne@gmail.com. It's that easy. I figured we need to come up with a new game show. It's kind of like the dating game that we can put...
Worst segue ever.
That we can put MaBo on.
Worst segue ever.
Because I always wonder how you would respond being the person asking the questions on the dating game.
You don't want to know.
You've got 3 women, at least in your case, I assume they are women. They may be inflatable. They may be mannequins. I'm not sure.
Hey, look.
Action points with 37 points of articulation.
As long as it's moist, I don't care.
There you go. Okay, and one of them, they'll put an apple pie.
Oh, no, that burns too much.
There you go.
Yeah.
What would be the first question you'd ask to find out about a girl? Other than, are you breathing?
The first question would be, why are we not talking about pro wrestling?
Okay. You got another one?
No.
Oh, so you're asking me why are we not talking about pro wrestling?
I figured that's what this show's about. I figured that's why we were here, is to talk about pro wrestling.
Okay, well, is there any possible way whatsoever you could actually cross-reference pro wrestling with a game show?
This is the worst segue ever.
I don't care.
Eddie, just hit the music. Well, hold on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been brainstorming this idea for a while. Actually, not really so much a while, maybe about 2-3 weeks.
2 or 3 minutes.
This is actually going to be the first time I've actually come up with something and taken it to Eddie, and we've decided to go past that sounds cool, and then we forget about it the next few days.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... Okay, play the music. WWEBay. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the inaugural episode of WWEBay. Now, on WWEBay, we will be asking Fast Eddie Layne 3 questions. Those questions revolve around past and present WWF, WWE superstars. The subject will be, what is the highest bidded upon item bearing that wrestler's image? For instance, if I eBay Tito Santana and a T-shirt comes up with Tito Santana, that is the highest bidded on item. Fast Eddie Layne has to guess within a certain dollar range how much that high bid is going for. He's got 3 chances to win. So I ask you, one, that was probably a horrible explanation, but people will pick up on it as it is.
I'm sure they will. They are smart. They are smarter than we are.
They are a little bit. They would have actually written this down. So, Fast Eddie Layne.
You never write shit down.
No.
I said that.
Until it's time for you to think.
I said that.
Hey, you can kill the porno music.
It's not porno music, but go ahead.
So, Fast Eddie Layne, are you ready to play WWEBay?
As ready as I'll never be.
All righty. Now, the first person we're going to pull up on WWEBay is John Cena. Now, Eddie, I am counting on you not to cheat.
I'm not. I don't have monitor 4 on right now. I turned it off when you said okay.
Now, if this will hurry up and search and go. Ladies and gentlemen, hold tight. eBay's taking forever. All right. We are going with all listings. We are going with price plus shipping, highest first. Holy balls. Okay. Wow.
Come on.
Oh, no, Eddie, you're... Okay. This item is a... Good God, if you get this right, you win the game forever. It is a WWE 2-pack memorabilia, CM Punk and John Cena brush buddies. Kids' soft toothbrushes. All right? And it's free shipping, so you don't have to worry. It is basically 2 toothbrushes, one with John Cena, one with CM Punk. Within $100, and they're in the pack, Eddie. And you can ask questions, by the way, other than what's the price. Within $100, how much is this WWE 2-pack memorabilia CM Punk and John Cena Brush Buddies Kids Soft Toothbrushes going for?
Within $100?
Within $100, I know that's the same thing I said. Wait till you hear the price. So within $100,
$20.
You didn't want to ask any other questions about it?
It's a toothbrush set. How much can it possibly go for?
Right now, this set, and if you do not believe me, you can look it up.
Okay.
The WWE 2-pack memorabilia CM Punk and John Cena Brush Buddies Kid Soft toothbrushes is going for. Now, keep in mind, this is not what has been bidden. This is what it is listed as.
Okay, well, you can list it for anything, so it's probably $500.
Not even close. You want to get one more time?
I have no damn idea.
The WWE 2-pack memorabilia CM Punk and John Cena Brush Buddies Kid Soft toothbrushes is going for. It is listed as. I should say it is listed as $1,750.
There
US.
is no God blessed way in mortal effing heaven or hell. A toothbrush kit for $1,750? Please tell me you're telling me a bad joke.
I kid you not. It is from the seller's name is Pritam Plus.
Probably.
100%. Huh?
Probably Prickdom Plus.
Well, that is how it is, Eddie.
You mean a 2-pack of toothbrushes is being listed for more than championship belts that are autographed?
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Alrighty. So,
Moving on.
moving on. Your next person. To me, one of the faces of the 80s rock and wrestling era.
Coco Beware.
No, just calm down. Captain Lou Albano. The top priced item is a WWF LJN Captain Lou Albano Bendy's wrestling figure prototype. Not to be confused with the LJN Captain Lou figure that came out on the card, but this is a Bendy's prototype. And I remember they had the smaller Bendy's because I had a Paul Orndorff. So this was the Bendy's prototype. How much, Eddie, is this WWF LJN Captain Lou Albano Bendy's wrestling figure prototype going for? You have to guess within $300.
Okay, I know because I've seen a lot of the LJN stuff on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, and a couple of the other bidding sites and stuff like that. So it's probably going for around $150 to $200. You said
even close.
Again. Now you use the word prototype. Is this a signed and numbered prototype with a COA or what?
No, this was the prototype that they were going to use in the Bendy's line back in the 80s. That, along with remember they had the Thumb Wrestler 2-packs?
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, if this is a signed, certified prototype, then probably 500.
Nope.
Lower, higher?
Higher. I'll give you one more shot.
Okay. High as in me on a Saturday night, or higher as in Tommy Chong, higher as in Snoop Dogg?
Higher as in how much money it would take to get Jennifer Lawrence to look at my penis. Not touch it.
Damn thing's going for $50,000? What the hell?
No. But seriously, one last guess.
I'm asking you. How high? I mean, how much higher are we talking? Are we talking me on a Saturday night? Are we talking Tommy Chong? Are we talking Snoop Dogg?
Okay. How much did Mad Dog Dan Sawyer spend on his hair plugs?
I thought you said higher than 500.
Oh, yes, it is higher than 500.
You set that one up so beautifully.
It says it's a one of one on
have
the
hair
planet.
plugs.
It says, shut up and listen. It is a one of one on the planet resin hand painted sample.
I'll go $1,000.
Nope. $2,000 US.
Please leave me alone. We move on.
And finally, so Eddie's 0 for 2. You gotta. I'm telling you, you gotta understand when people list
When people list stuff on eBay, they do it stupid.
Well, true, but all right, play the music.
Actually, we should play the music after you say the name while I do my thinking.
Well, alrighty. Our third and final wrestler in WWEBay, Trish Stratus. Now, Eddie, this is a Trish Stratus event-worn physique bodywear photo session from the WWF/WWE with a certificate of authenticity. It appears to be a top. It looks like it comes in a nice frame. Now, it doesn't say that it's in a nice frame, but it appears to be in a frame. It appears to be the, I guess, yoga pants that she wore, and the top, along with a picture of her wearing it. And this comes with a certificate of authenticity. Once again, it is a Trish Stratus event-worn physique bodywear photo session from the WWF WWE with a certificate of authenticity. Within $500.
Jesus.
How much is this going for?
Well, considering most of the stuff that Trish Stratus wore while she was on television, you can buy at most stripperware places in the country. And considering that a Trish Stratus certificate of authenticity, in my opinion, is probably you hit the wrong person with anything Trish Stratus, because I'm just not a fan. Never have been. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be me on this one for a second there. Screw the radio host personality. I can see stripper wear, $29, $39, maybe $49, depending on the quality of it.
Eddie, it's not stripper wear. It is a crisscross bra top black, legging fitness tights, and then you also get the magazine and an 8x10 of her in the outfit, along with the certificate of authenticity.
Okay, so it probably came from Target then, which will probably keep it around $50 for the matching set. A certificate of authenticity is probably about the same as a bottle of Thunderbird, considering it's Trish Stratus. If it's got a COA, then chances are it's framed.
It is framed, yes.
That means you can probably go to Hobby Lobby and do a buy one, get one free, which will put it around $40.
So
maybe
within $500, Eddie.
$501.
Beast, take the game seriously.
I am taking it. I just don't take Trish Stratus seriously.
I
Yeah.
haven't asked you for your political opinions on Trish Stratus. How much do you think?
Did you just say my political?
Political. Come on.
Considering you said $500, I'm going to go ahead and say $1,200.
Still not even close.
Jesus H. Christ.
Yes. The Trish Stratus event-worn physique bodywear photo session with certificate of authenticity, $1,999.97.
Once again, you people are idiots. If you paid that much for something like that, you're an idiot.
Well, it's for sale right now. So.
It's for sale on eBay for $1,990. No. And folks, okay, this is where I go back to being real for a second. No, I love the concept of the game. I really do. It's a beautiful idea, Mark. I just, like I said, you chose Trish Stratus as your third, knowing I don't give a flying rat's ass. It's like, and so I would not be able to evaluate. The other two is like, hey, look, I'm a Lou Albano fan. The way that people list things on eBay to me is laughable. Let me kill the music. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. The band went ahead and left. Here, guys, you can pick up the nachos over in the concession here at the commissary. Yeah, same time next week. Come on back in. All right, thanks. Okay, had to let the band go. They were about to hit me for overtime.
So they're on the Global Championship Wrestling pay scale where they get paid at the concession stand.
No, Kevin Brannon.
We're not even going to touch on situation.
IWA
anyway,
Deep South.
Anyway, go ahead and finish hating on.
I'm just not a fan. That's all it is. I don't hate Trish Stratus. I don't hate anybody. I'm just not a fan. Never.
Well, look, there's a lot of people that I am not a fan of, but I would try to,
And
at least
you'd run them down too.
Yeah, but I would, if it came to something like that, I would try to look at it objectively. The point is try to win.
What would I have won? We'll work on it.
You would have won a no prize.
There you go. Hey, sometimes that's better. A Trish Stratus non-autograph? Cool, I'm in. No, but seriously, like I said, you brought up Lou Albano. It's like, damn, okay. But I just can't get over. And this is where, like I said, people will put the weirdest and highest possible numbers on an eBay item, hoping that they can at least get or best offer. And it's like the LJN figure, that just, even for a prototype, that's high. That's Snoop Dogg high, which actually is the same thing as Willie Nelson high.
Dude, I agree, but
that's why it's like, I'm trying to be linear logical in my thinking of this, and I thought 500 was a reasonable offer. That's like Pawn Stars for a second there. It's like, yeah, I've got this stamp here that I want to sell, and I need to find out how much you'll get. How much do you want for it, sir? Well, let's see. It's been licked once, but it's never really been stuck. Don't say it, Mark. Don't say it. Because I just gave you the ultimate line.
Just saying, sounds like a girl I know.
There you go. I'd like to get $13,743 for it. Sir, it's got a picture of Kim Kardashian on it. I cannot believe it's only been licked once. So.
Well, I mean, if it's Kim Kardashian, it's been licked and stuck I don't know how many times.
Exactly. I'm sorry, I can only give you $1.75 for that stamp.
That's about $1.74 too much.
Pretty much, especially for anything Mark Kardashian. But no, in all sincerity, yes, we will do that again sometime. I love the concept. I love the idea. Love the execution. Great idea, brother.
Okay.
Next. Oh, wait, we're at 37. Folks,
you've taken the top of the hour.
It's our show. We can do what the hell we want with it. Folks,
why are we going to break then?
Because I'm going to the bathroom. Folks, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back on Beyond Ringside Live as soon as I flush.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clive Braddock, and the Magic City Runner, Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
This is Merciless Ray Mercer, Olympic gold medalist and board member of Find the Dream, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
This is Danny Cage from the world famous Monster Factory, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
This is the Crowd Wrestler fan, the authority Dave Wills. Yes, sir, damn it. And believe me, you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Layne, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark MaBo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Hello, this is Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express, 8-time NWA World Tag Team Champions, and the true independent outlaw wrestler of the world. You're locked in Beyond Ringside.
This is Angel Orsini.
This is the Human Hand Grenade, Danny Only.
This is Dirty Dutch Mantel.
This is Liz Savage.
This is Vinny O'Brien, 2010 Golden Glove champion. This is Gabe Sapolsky from Dragon Gate USA and Evolve Pro Wrestling, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
And welcome back into Beyond Ringside Live on this Sunday night, 15th day of May, 2016. It's funny, I was going through some stuff trying to re-itemize a little bit earlier in the day and actually found myself inadvertently typing 2015 one time when I was cross-referencing some older stuff. It's like, yeah, no, new directory, new year, it may be the older stuff, but still make sure you can find it later when you move stuff around. A biopic centering around professional wrestling legend Andre the Giant is reportedly in the works. According to Variety magazine, producer Scott Steindorf and Dylan Russell are developing a film on the life and times of Andre Roussimoff based on an authorized graphic novel published in 2015, Andre the Giant, Closer to Heaven. This story comes courtesy of United Press International, UPI. Roussimoff's daughter, Robin Christensen Roussimoff, is also involved in the project and will consult on the film. Written by Brandon Easton and illustrated by Dennis Medry, Closer to Heaven chronicled Andre's journey as a farm boy in France to the top of the WWE, in my book, also in pro wrestling. What is one thing on this one, if you had any say whatsoever in the movie, Mark? What would be one of the things that you would make sure got mentioned?
Well, two things, really.
Okay.
So I guess one would be a broad generalization. But his acting career, everything from his stint as Bigfoot on $6 Million Man to, of course, The Princess Bride, which, I mean, you know, I don't know if I mentioned before, but had a free download from Audible.com, and I downloaded Carrie Elway's book, As You Wish, and everyone spoke highly of Andre. Spoke very highly of Andre. But also some other stuff he did. You know, he did other shows. He did the Honeycombs commercial. But there was an I remember it. I don't know too many people other people who might remember it, but I believe it was called Mickey and Maude.
Okay.
It starred Dudley Moore, and he he ended up getting two different women pregnant. He basically was leading a double life. One of the women was the daughter of a professional wrestler, and I believe Andre was in that as well, along with a couple other people. But definitely his acting career. But of course, the infamous Andre heel turn, where he, I guess, was coming back maybe from filming The Princess Bride when he turned on Hogan and on the set of Piper's Pit, because that was long before Hogan decided to turn his back on the fans. Having Andre, who for the longest was the perennial babyface that everybody loved, Andre turning his back on the fans and siding with Bobby Heenan. That, because I remember when that happened. I remember him snatching the shirt and the necklace off of Hogan and scratching him. And I remember as it was closing, on Piper's Pit, Roddy Piper going, "My God, Hulk, you're bleeding." So, I would like to see that mentioned in the movie as, as far as, Vince having, Vince and Andre sitting down and, discussing the heel turn.
When Andre turned on Hogan.
Rephrase that.
When Andre turned heel.
Okay.
Do you think that gave Hogan any inclination to believe that his character could actually turn again somewhere down the road? Or do you think that he... Go ahead.
No. Because at the time, Hogan was still riding that wave of Hulkamania. And I'm sure Hogan thought he was forever going to be a babyface. I think I'd heard maybe there was rumor that they were thinking about turning him heel right after the Ultimate Challenge. When he came back and he was wearing that stupid helmet with a fist on it, and he was teaming with Warrior. I'd heard there was rumors that they were going to do that. I mean, I even heard these rumors back when kayfabe was alive and well.
Yeah.
I had heard that there was, the aftermags were speaking of, about, Hogan had mentioned something about turning his back on the Warrior. But, no, I don't think it is. And kind of, but I think for the most part, I think Hogan, but still, that was still what? A couple years later?
Right.
So I think Hogan still at the time never really thought about it. It's just, if you've watched the latest Table for Three, where it's Hillbilly Jim, Ricky Steamboat, and Pat Patterson, Steamboat had actually, you want to talk about somebody who never turned heel, ever. He actually tells Pat, that he had actually thought about turning heel one time at Ricky Steamboat. And he sat there and went to Patterson with the idea, and Patterson told him no. And Steamboat was like, "Look, I just want to thank you because that was probably the best career advice anybody ever gave me." So, but no, I don't think Hogan. I don't think Hogan, thought that because he was riding high on that wave of Hulkamania.
Shifting topics for a second. You and I attended earlier, a few months back, a Ring of Honor show, and the crossover has been prevalent between Ring of Honor and New Japan. Do you think that unless they can genuinely build storylines, that Ring of Honor mid-card talent should not go under to New Japan? And vice versa when Ring of Honor stars visit New Japan? Do you think that it hurts them if they do?
No. Because to me, that's the thing with Ring of Honor. It's not necessarily about, who goes over. It's about putting on the best match possible. Now, yes, there are people they want to put over and keep over, like Jay Lethal, the best way possible. And it's the same thing with New Japan. I'm sure there's a lot of their guys that they want to make sure go over. But for the most part, I think both companies, especially when they, co-promote together, I think they more look about putting on the best show possible because they are pro wrestling and not sports entertainment.
Right. See, a reason why I asked you that question because I wanted your input on it. I haven't really formed an opinion on it. And I was at a website recently, and one of the so-called writers for this website...
Was it Schmabe Schmelzer?
Nope. I don't go to that site. I refuse to go to that site. You can't pay me enough money to go to that site. However, one of their writers was very critical of the way things had been handled between Ring of Honor and New Japan when the New Japan stars come over here. And
How so?
That person felt that unless there's a storyline built around it, ROH stars going under to New Japan stars does nothing to further the ROH stars here domestically.
Well, wow, gee. So a little bleacher monkey got upset because their favorite ROH star went under to a New Japan star.
Didn't necessarily specify that.
Well, I mean, that's what it sounds like. I mean, honestly, that's what it sounds like. I mean, okay, so if they go over to New Japan and an ROH star, mid-carder or otherwise, what have you, they defeat one of theirs, are they going to have a problem with that?
Well, okay. The question that was asked by that individual, what is the benefit of ROH talent losing to New Japan talent with no storylines?
I'm going to say a wrestling match.
There you go. The follow-up was
like I said 2 minutes ago, the best match possible.
Like I said, and from the continuance of it was, if New Japan talent is going to come around 4 times or more this year, stories should be developed. Running small venues, both companies should know this.
Well, see, now but here's the thing. Ring of Honor's never been storyline based.
Driven.
Well, storyline driven, based, whatever. They, I mean, yes, they use it to further along, matches at some point when necessary, when they're on TV. But guess what? For the longest, they weren't on TV, so they had loosely based storylines, angles, whatever. Not even story, more angles than anything. They had loosely based. But I mean, so you can't really sit there. To me, it sounds like somebody's a little butthurt because probably their favorite ROH guy lost to a New Japan guy. So what do they want? So do they want the top New Japan guy to come over and beat a top ROH guy? Is that what they want? Or do they want the ROH? Do they want the mid card guy to beat the top guy? Because I'm lost here. I mean, do they want and it happened actually. I'm not going to try to give away any results, but it's happened a couple times. Jushin Liger has lost to upper mid card people.
Right.
You don't, with the exception of, I mean, obviously of like Okada or now Shinsuke Nakamura or something like that. With us, back in the 80s and 90s, with the exception of Muda and maybe Chono, and I wouldn't even say Chono, with the exception of Muda, you didn't get any higher up on the Japanese card than Jushin Thunder Liger coming over to America. So, I mean, and Liger is a legend. And you know what? I mean, even though he's never competed that I know of for WWE in any way, shape, form, or fashion, unless you count now that WWE owns the WCW library, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next few years Liger gets inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. Him or Muda. I'm surprised neither one of them have been inducted yet.
I also have to go ahead and take this one step further because the alleged column that was written made a reference to how wrestlers are curious or commenting, yet the only person that is quoted in this particular article is a so-called writer for that particular website. They have no quotes from anybody associated with Ring of Honor or New Japan. So, this is where I deal with some sites having credibility issues.
Was this writer Jim Cornette?
No.
Was it Jim Cornette?
No. Jim Cornette.
I ain't gonna have them damn foreign people coming out here and me. My mama wouldn't let no foreign person. No.
Not enough bass for that one to be Cornette.
I'd have to hear Cornette first.
There you go. But no, I mean, and therein lies the funny part because you've got so many sites out there that are trying to find a way to generate what is called clickbait. They're trying to figure out exactly what headlines they can use, what blurbs they can use in order to get people to click on their websites and click on their stories. Yahoo is on again, off again about just being notoriously bad for letting... I can't call half the people that are printed at Yahoo columnists. I can call them bloggers, and sometimes even that's a compliment. Because I just, and I know we've had this discussion before, but I'm very quickly going to get off this topic because there are some sites out there that just feel that they're more important than they really are. We know, folks, I'm going to shoot from the hip for a second. We know our place in this world. We're here for entertainment.
We're not very good at it, but that's what we're here for.
I was going to say that, but but it's a good thing that it came from you and not me. We're here to entertain. We're here to cut up, goof off, have a little bit of fun about something we enjoy. And one of these days we'll get the ish right. Occasionally we actually do. It doesn't happen very often on my side of the board. Mark gets it right more often than I do. Even with the penis and the poop jokes. There you go. Had to get those back in there too. Which, of course, are normally a good reason for people to continue to stay tuned. It's like, what the hell is MaBo going to say next? Now, I throw this one out there. Coming back over to it, remembering the fact that Ring of Honor just recently had a very successful, by a lot of standards, pay-per-view. The Global Wars show. And my DVR scrolled because I forgot to lock it in. Which really pisses me off. But going from there, I bought the pay-per-view and lo and behold, I forgot to lock it. But I'm also going to sit back and say this. I've heard a number of different people make references to the pay-per-view about the entertainment factor of it, about the way it was executed, the in-ring action especially. And I've got to sit back and say, I appreciate Ring of Honor for what they do. I appreciate the fact that they continue to work to bring in great international and domestic talent. And, there are people who have Ring of Honor. There are people who call themselves wrestling fans who have Sinclair stations in their market and have still yet to watch Ring of Honor. Why?
Because they think what the WWE and TNA put out is technically wrestling when it's more sports entertainment than wrestling.
Let me say that one more time.
Because they believe what WWE and TNA put out, they believe that to be wrestling in their little addle-pated pea brains. They think that's wrestling because for years that's what they were told was that was wrestling, when in fact it's sports entertainment, because Vince has outright said that what he puts out is sports entertainment. And of course TNA is like, yes, us too, we're sports entertainment, yes. So, I dropped the phone, hold on. So, these little dingleberries think anything that involves grappling that takes place inside of a wrestling ring is wrestling. It's not sports entertainment. Ring of Honor is more wrestling than sports entertainment. But they don't, since it doesn't have these storylines, and the appeal that they want, they're not going to watch it. They're like, all they're doing is wrestling. When are they going to sit there and when's the girls going to come out? When are they going to do this and that and other? And that's no. That don't look like no John Cena to me. I ain't seen no John Cena come out there. Where's John Cena at? I like that Roman Reigns fella. I don't know why I understand why everybody boos him. I don't understand that. But what they don't realize is that pro wrestling is slowly starting to hybridize with the sports entertainment again, with the cough button induction of people like AJ Styles, Gallows and Anderson, with guys like Cesaro and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and this new breed that's coming up through NXT and onto the main roster, Becky Lynch, Paige, Sasha Banks. They don't realize that slowly Vince will never say it's gone back to pro wrestling, but it's going to swing closer to pro wrestling than sports entertainment than it has in a long time. That's, of course, that's just my opinion, but,
Who is currently in the Bullet Club? I ask because I'm not sure anymore.
Well, and see, that's the point of contention is who is it still the Bullet Club? Because somebody was arguing with me that they can't call themselves the Bullet Club anymore because Vince owns the rights to Bullet Club. No, Vince does not own the right to the words Bullet Club.
No, New Japan owns the rights to the name Bullet Club.
Exactly. I mean, trust me. Vince would have, if Vince had the rights to Bullet Club, he would have slapped that on Gallows and Anderson when the minute they walked to the door. But the Bullet Club has technically, they're together as far as in New Japan. From what I've seen, they're still together, but they have split into two groups. The Elite, which so far seems to be the cleaner Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Cody Hall, Scott Hall's son. The other half, from once again what I can tell, and I think we've talked about this on the show before, is the Guerrillas of Destiny, Guerrillas as in military, the GOD, and that would be Tama Tonga, Tonga Roa, or Rayo, or something like that, which is, if everybody remembers Camacho from WWE, or Micah, I think that's who he was, in TNA, when it was Drew McIntyre, Micah, and Eli Drake. Him. Basically, it's Haku's kid. And I think he's either the adopted son, or he might be his legit son. I think he's his adopted son. Anyway, him, Bad Luck Fale, and then I can never remember the Japanese guy's name, but he's basically sort of like their Val Venus type character.
Takahashi?
Is that who it is?
Yujiro Takahashi?
Yeah. Wait, what was his first name?
Yujiro?
Yeah, I knew there was a Y in there somewhere. That's sort of the Guerrillas of Destiny, from what I've seen. I haven't really seen it. And right now, Tama Tonga and Tonga Roa have the IWGP heavyweight tag belts, and the Briscoe. I'm not gonna spoil that. But to me, that's they're sort of split, but technically they're still the Bullet Club, because in Ring of Honor, listed at the pay-per-view and also on the upcoming television events, Tama Tonga, Tonga Roa, the Young Bucks, and then Adam Cole, baby, and soon to be, you'll find out, Adam Page are part of the Bullet Club.
Right.
Lord knows where that leaves Chase Owens. Which, by the way, he announced on his Facebook that he is going to be headed back to compete in the Super Juniors tournament coming up.
Right.
So congratulations to him.
But
so I don't really know what to tell you. I don't know. I mean, technically the Bullet Club still exists with just two groups under the banner. Maybe I guess.
See, I don't think it should be two groups, because why do you need the Black and White and the Wolf Pack?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what it looks like, but not really. So I don't know.
Also, there's something else I want to hit on. Speaking of New Japan, for those who caught New Japan this week on Access TV.
Which, by the way, I didn't even know it was back, because it used to come on at 7 or 8 on a Friday
night.
Yeah. Is that when it came on this week?
Yeah. Actually, 3 episodes. One technically newer episode, and the other 2 were reruns from last week. And go ahead.
Because it stopped recording on mine. Because I guess they weren't listed as new.
The first one was listed as a repeat, but I still managed to catch it.
Well, no, but here's the thing. It didn't pick up anything, because the last 2 weeks, when I searched it, they didn't have anything, period. Like, talking about last week and the week before. So I didn't even bother this week. I thought they were on hiatus, and now that I know they're back, and I checked again, and the only replay that I have coming up is 12:30 a.m. on a Saturday night morning.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, I didn't know they were back because they were gone for like 2 weeks.
I only had them gone for 1 week.
I had them on 2. That's why I couldn't. I was a little upset, but anyway.
I made a comment on my personal Twitter account, and I am not. Well, yeah, I am. Those of you who know that a majority of what I do now is both ring announcing and commentary. So I have the best of both worlds. As a commentator and as a ring announcer, I have a respect for crossing over the positions. As a ring announcer, I try to look to the announce team or wait for a signal from the producer before I start what I do. That way I know I'm going in clear. I'm not plowing over somebody. As a commentator, I look to the ring announcer, and if I know the ring announcer is getting ready to do pre-match or pre-bell intros, I'm going to shut up and get out of the way and let that ring announcer do their thing, because they're there as a support cast as well as me. And if I'm doing both, it's easy because I just shut up and tell myself what to do. And the only thing that I have a major pet peeve about, and this is not personal, this is strictly business. When I was watching this past Friday night to New Japan, and lo and behold, the gentleman who is the ring announcer for the product, remember, they're doing it in Japanese. 99%. Jim Ross and Josh Barnett would not shut up and just plowed straight over the ring announcer. And I feel that's disrespectful.
Well, Eddie, here's something you also need to remember and realize.
The match is over a year old. I don't care.
Well, it's also the fact that they're in a studio. They're not even there.
I know, but they can watch.
They're watching on a monitor. They're going to do what... Look, it's Jim Ross, and he's going to do whatever the hell he wants because he's a bitter old, drunk, Muppet-looking piece of crap. Yeah, I said it.
See, I'm not going in that direction, though. I'm not going to go in that direction. The reason why I say I think it's just pure ignorance on their part. And like I say, it's not professional. Every other company that is out there, for the most part, will shut up when it's time for the ring announcer, especially pre. Post-match, every once in a while, they get run over. But I think that, and like I said, I know they're sitting in a studio or somebody's bedroom or their garage or their attic or their basement doing the VOs for this, voiceovers. But it doesn't take 2 seconds. Okay, real time, it takes a couple of minutes. Lead in, look for your time marker. Your ring announcer, if your director's worth a tinker's damn or the producer's worth a tinker's damn, when you get the run sheet, okay, ring introductions from here to here, from here to here. Shut up. And it's not that hard. Show a little respect and say, and now we're gonna step out and throw it to their ring announcer. Boom. Come back in, thank the ring announcer, or just completely schmoz him like you normally do, Jim Ross. Unless it's Lillian in a short dress. But it doesn't take that much. And yes, I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, and I know this. But even Jim Ross can show a little bit of respect here and there, and God knows Josh Barnett is, okay. I have the potential to appreciate what he's trying to do, but I just don't see where he's getting any better at doing what he's doing. MaBo, your thoughts?
I hate Jim Ross.
I knew that.
Okay, there you go. That's all you need to know. I hate Jim Ross.
No, but am I overreacting in this circumstance?
A little bit, because, you got to realize, dude, it's them, not, it's just, don't worry about it. I think you're blowing it out of proportion. I can understand your issue with it, but, just It's pre-produced. It's not live. The stuff's over a year old. They don't care. They're getting paid, and it's probably whoever's in charge of it. It's their idea anyway to do that. So, I mean, just don't worry about it, man.
Well, also, I think it adds to the overall effect to allow the ring announcer to do their thing. Now, I will also...
They don't care.
You're right. They probably don't. I do. I'm not paying the bills. I don't care. They're there. I can show equal apathy in a different direction. And here's the other thing that just really just totally trips me out. Everybody with an IQ above dried wallpaper paste knows the fact that Jim Ross and Josh Barnett are sitting in a studio or a commissary or a dining room or a bathroom or a basement or an attic doing the commentary for this pre-recorded product from about a year ago. But lo and behold, nobody bitches about it. But yet, Impact had their announced team in a separate facility for a taped product that you knew was being taped, that you knew the commentary was not being done at the same time as the taping. And everybody wanted to crucify them. Really, people? You've got, I don't care if one's Josh Matthews and the Pope and the other is Jim Ross and Josh Barnett. You cannot crucify one person for one thing and not crucify another for the same damn thing. I'm telling this to the most inconsistent group of fans in God's creation, and that's wrestling fans. But, yeah, I'm also being very real about it. If you're going to say, damn, Jim Ross and Josh Barnett are just doing a stellar job, and I'm glad to hear them on New Japan. Man, why the hell is Josh Matthews and Pope not doing it? They're not even live. They're not there. They're in a studio or a hotel room. Really, people? Get a grip. Seriously. People say the dumbest things on social media. I know because I'm on social media and I've said dumb things before. But I'm not going to criticize one and praise the other. MaBo, your thoughts on this one? And I know you still hate Jim Ross.
It's popular to crap on TNA. That's what people do these days, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm done.
Yeah, and we still have that prevalent on social media too. Man, TNA sucks. They're horrible. When's the last time you watched it? 2 years ago. So you haven't seen what's happened since they've been on Pop TV. Really? You have no justice in your system to be able. You have no justification for speaking. I feel like I should do a heel turn right here and just absolutely shred so-called fans. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. The only time I will genuinely stop being myself and come out to basically shred fans is when they make an avid attempt on more than one occasion to steal shine from a match. To steal the spotlight from a wrestling match or any event that's taking place. It's like, yeah, okay. Don't even get me started on that because I'll be here for an hour and I'm going to piss everybody off when I do. But why do you think it's still fashionable to just bitch about TNA, Mark?
Because it's all we know.
Say again?
Because it's all we know.
To which I will still sit back and say, I enjoy the product. I may not always be a big fan of the business side of it because I don't worry about the business side of it. I mean, it's fun to talk about every once in a while, but I'm not going to denigrate a company just because they have stuffy business practices.
What was that again?
Stuffy business practices.
Is that the word you want to go with?
Crappy business practices.
Okay.
Yes, I started to use the pseudonym for that, and I decided to caught myself in midstream. I caught myself in mid-shit.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. And I caught myself.
Yes, you did.
Ish, I did. But now I'm going to flip the script because I'm going to take a moment to just get my head back together before we head for last call. I'm going to flip it in your direction. Topics, thoughts, storylines, things that are going on that are on your brain right now, Mark.
Well, there was a couple things I figured we would have covered them, but we didn't.
Fire away.
Well,
what is in the world according to MaBo?
Well, the fact that we have yet to even touch upon the fact that Adam Rose decided to grab his wife by the face in a heated argument. He called the cops. Now he's suspended indefinitely, which I've heard that he will be let go once the 60-day suspension is up, even though he's still suspended indefinitely. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what's going to happen. And the judge was going to slap a restraining order on him, and the wife was like, no. So I don't know what's going on, but Adam Rose will definitely be done. I mean, plain and simple.
It's sad to hear, too, because, well, WWE is screwed up so badly in this circumstance. I remember when Adam Rose made the on-screen debut for Raw, and I made a comment, and you just immediately got up in arms, almost to the point of being homicidal, verbally speaking, because I was a little bit cynical about the way they handled the on-screen debut. Now, I don't know. Go ahead.
That's because you're a regular WWE fan or a bunch of ignorant, inbred, hillbilly, nose-picking pieces of trash who can't appreciate a good gimmick. Look at the Ascension. Although, once again, I go back to it. I think whoever fed the Ascension that promo, that's who screwed them over. They were just two kids who were happy to be up on the main roster. And they're like, what? You want us to say that? Okay, sounds good to us.
This affects our paycheck. How? Oh, Ryback, take a lesson from that, please.
Oh, let's not talk about Ryback. But I mean, I hate to see, but also I think the WWE dropped the ball with Adam Rose when after and I think we talked about this briefly on Back to Basics last week. You know, on the 30 for 30, they could have, he had such a heart-wrenching and heartwarming story about his kid and all that stuff, and they could have, went with that. But no, what they had them do, they had him and the Bunny become a tag team. The Bunny turns on the Bunny, turns back on the Bunny, and then, this, that, and the other. So I think it was just them. Just, and then now he's saying that the WWE knew about his prescription for
Adderall.
I think it was Adderall, yeah.
Adderall.
Yeah. And then all this happened, and he got into it with his wife. I don't know what. Now, that part I have no idea. Look, no excuse. No excuse. You never. They got in a heated. From what I've heard, they got into a heated argument, and he grabbed her by the face and pulled her in close. You never, ever grab a female when you're angry. You walk the hell away. If she follows you and the argument continues, get in the car and drive the hell away.
Run.
Get on your bike and bike the hell away. Get a jetpack and jetpack the hell away. But if you ever get into an argument with a woman to where you feel that you're going to lose your composure and lay hands on them for whatever reason, there's no excuse, man. No excuse. Look, I have been the biggest backer of Adam Rose since day one. I enjoyed him as Leo Kruger. I enjoyed him when he was stuck-up South African Leo Kruger. Then when they made him crazy game hunter Leo Kruger. And then when he popped back up as Adam Rose. I have been what's his name? Ray LaPon?
Yes.
I think is his name. I don't know. I have been Leo Kruger, Adam Rose. I have been a big supporter of him, but definitely, he definitely lost, my support as far as that goes. Am I going to turn my back on him? No, but you don't touch a female. No excuse. That's just, you just don't do that. So, but I mean, I don't know when his suspension, or contract or whatever. I mean, he's suspended indefinitely. I don't even. What does that even mean? You're suspended indefinitely. Isn't that the same as fired? Or are you still on the payroll? I don't know what that means.
Well, you got to remember in WWE, because of the fact that everybody pretty much in place has an agreed upon independent contractor status. I mean, there are some people who are staff members, others who are contract labor. A lot of the in-ring talent is contract labor, and from that vantage point, do your own taxes, kids. Listen to JBL when it comes to investment time, especially if JBL's sober. You can be taken off the schedule, and basically they will call that you've been suspended from our schedule. We will not be utilizing you on in-ring, on camera, period, whatever, for a period of blank. Or you can do it. You can do it verbally. You can do it by writing. You can do it by FedEx. However you want to do it, Eric Bischoff.
But I mean, so is he basically suspended until his contract runs out?
That's unknown at this point. Indefinite suspension means you can basically ride out the end of your contract. Now, if you have a pay to play, and that means you're suspended without pay.
Well, see, that's what I mean. But I think a lot of the contracts are downside guarantees. But I'm sure there are clauses and addendums and everything that range everything from arrest to the battery, especially domestic battery. So I don't know, but I mean, just long story short, man, I think it's. I lost a lot of respect for Adam Rose. I mean, I still enjoy his work, from what he did before. I mean, and okay, and I'm probably gonna do not jump on my case, people, because I will cuss you out if you approach me with this. It is somewhat, listen to those words, somewhat similar to the Chris Benoit situation in the fact that people might not they definitely don't like what he did.
No.
And they might not like him anymore, but there are still people who appreciated the work that he did before he did that.
Right.
This is how I'm saying I feel about Adam Rose. I don't like him for what he did. I don't. Animal abuse.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on. Let me do this one because I think I know what you're trying to say. Yeah. You totally disagree and disrespect what Ray LaPon did to his wife. However, that doesn't affect the fact that you appreciated Adam Rose for his in-ring work.
Yes, everything that Adam Rose, not Ray LaPon. Well, I mean, up until that point, I mean, I had much respect when Ray LaPon was
30 for 30.
On the 30 for 30.
Or E60, that's what it was, E60.
E60, okay. But the minute Ray LaPon put his hands in a batteratory, we'll go with that word.
Hostile.
In a hostile way to his wife, that's when I lost all respect for the man. But everything else I appreciate, so. Before that, I thought, and I think that I'm not gonna say it was an innovative gimmick because I mean people did the sexually ambiguous party go. Well, people have done that before, but he brought and I'm sure it had something to do with creative too. But I'm sure creative had, he had input, as a lot of them do, on what to do. He brought a lot with the whole the dancing, coming out with the people, his party, his rosebuds, which, you go back and watch old tape, old footage, you can see a lot of people down. You can see Simon Gotch. You can see Braun Strowman. You can see Becky Lynch. You can see, a lot of independent guys like Jimmy Jacobs and, I think Scarlett Bordeaux did one, SoCal Val, So, I mean, he was definitely a character I enjoyed, I liked, and I liked, the vignettes. I liked his work because his in-ring work, out of all the people they've tried to, in the past, have emulate, the great exotic Adrian Street, I think Adam Rose, when he was, Rosebud Adam Rose, he was the closest you got to an Adrian Street. And I grew up watching Exotic Adrian Street, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So.
And you know a documentary is being made about him, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah. So, but, that being said, I hope that, sorry, my nose is itching, that Ray LaPon, because you can't say, I hope Adam Rose gets that is a character. Yes, some of them are, their personas turned up to 11. But I hope Ray LaPon himself gets the help or counseling that he and his wife need to put this issue behind him. If there is a drug dependency issue, to me, that's still out. He's saying, he and his doctors are saying that, we have this prescription, WWE knows. That, we may never know the answer to that. Did WWE screw up? It's possible. I think, no pun intended, but Hornswoggle got hornswoggled. And it's like I went back and I double-checked my sources. We had talked about it Tuesday night on Back to Basics, how he was given a set time to produce a urine sample. And he couldn't do that. He was unable to do that. So he immediately, boom, got hit with a 30-day suspension. So, I think WWE made a mistake with that beforehand. If they were at his house, they could have at least... I don't like that idea of a set time. Because they said that they could show up at your house, knock on the door, and if you're grilling burgers, you got to be able to pee while grilling burgers to get that urine sample.
Right.
I think if it's something like that, if they're there in front of him, they should give him the time to pee. Don't sit there and be like, okay, you got 10 minutes to pee. To me, that's messed up. Because I've sat there and I've had to give urine samples before, and I've chugged 2 or 3 bottles of water and still didn't have to pee. Sometimes, when you put under that pressure, you just don't have to pee. So
dip your hand into a dish of warm water.
Well, that's if you're asleep.
Yeah, allegedly.
But to me, that's the thing. Is I think will we ever know? Probably not, because WWE's not going to admit if they made a mistake or not. So I don't know if there's a drug dependency issue he needs to help resolve. But whatever, and it could be the suspension. From this all going on, he and his wife could have gotten into an argument about that. We don't know. Nobody was there. But whatever counseling he needs to get, I hope he and his wife get it, and any kind of anger management counseling that he needs to get, because that's the only reason why you would raise your hand or, lay hands on a woman, was you have got some serious issues, some anger issues. So, but that's just me.
Let's go and start heading for the Radio Ranch, brother. Last calls? Lay them out there.
Oh, I got a last call.
Go for it.
I got a last call. And I saw the pictures, and I don't know, did I send you the pictures about Paige and Alberto Del Rio?
Nope.
Okay. Well, some pictures surfaced Friday of one Paige and Alberto Del Rio at Disneyland romantically embracing and kissing. And there's now rumor going around that they are involved. Eddie, get ready to check your Facebook instant message, because I'm going to send this picture over.
Okay.
And I want you to look at it. First of all, it looks like, the creepy uncle hanging out with his niece. That's what, and I'm sending it directly to your account.
Okay.
To me, it looks like the creepy uncle hanging out with his niece. But I started thinking that maybe this isn't legit. Because if you look at it, it's very posed, and when you see the kissing part, Alberto Del Rio is kissing Paige like he is a married man, And she is not, and he is trying not to get in trouble with his wife. All right, Eddie, I sent it. Go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it looks very posed. You see what I'm saying? So some people are saying that maybe this is something set up for Total Divas. Because if you think about it, everybody on Total Divas except Paige is in a relationship. Now that they're bringing on Renee Young, she's in a relationship with Dean Ambrose. You know, everybody, you know, if Nikki and Brie are still on the show, we know who they're in a relationship with. I mean, I haven't watched Total Divas in forever, so I don't even know who's still on there. Oh, Lana
And you're
Rusev,
still
that's a new big point of contention that's going to be on the show. And I'm wondering if Lana keeps the act. But do you see the pictures, Eddie?
In passing, yeah.
No, but I mean, do you see it? I've sent
Yeah,
it.
I know. I'm trying to get my damn browser to work.
Oh.
So apparently one of the websites I'm on is trying to take over my browser again. So it's like, yeah, I'm still waiting on that to catch up. Continue.
So first of all, ew, gross.
What? I was over at Lords of Pain and Torch and UPI, which I have a problem with Torch due to the fact that 9 times out of 10, their pop-ups still try to take over my browser. Continue.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. Do you think that it is legit? I mean, he's 39, she's 23 or 37. He's right around my age, and she's 23. When last I was watching Total Divas, she was, and from what I remember seeing her tweet, she was supposed to be in a relationship with some musician.
Yeah, that doesn't make ratings.
So, do you think when they, you know, come back up, because when the show comes back, they're going to, especially with him being much older than her, that would be a decent storyline for the show. Do you think this is legit?
No, not really. Based on the pictures, I would have to sit back and say no, but by the same token, this is pro wrestling. Anything can be used to work anybody for any reason at any time.
But I mean, just with that if you're dating somebody, that kiss, look at his lips.
I'm trying not to, but go ahead.
But I mean, like, look, if I was dating Paige, would I be open mouth snocking her in the middle of Disneyland? Yes, I would. But I mean, if I'm in a relationship with her, if I'm supposed to be dating her, especially Paige, someone who I'm highly attracted to, her and Becky Lynch, good God. But I would not look like I'm trying to blow a trumpet. That to me, that looks like I'm married, so hopefully I'm not going to put too much into this so my wife doesn't, give me crap about it.
Basically, I'm going to sit back and say I'm looking at the bottom kiss picture right now, and you're right. It looks like he's just like doing the quick peck just to appease people.
Yeah, but because she's going full kiss, and he's just like, wah.
Maybe he has a problem with PDA. Remember, she's still technically face and he's antagonist, therefore it's not really a good idea. But by the same token, I've also got to sit back and say, if it's anything for Total Divas, I could give less than a rat's ass.
Wait, hold on. When does that matter? Because Cena's been face, Nikki Bella's been heel. Daniel Bryan's been face, Brie's been heel.
Okay, to me, ADR is about as relevant as a Bella. So, there you go.
I'm just saying, I'm calling BS on this.
Yeah. More than likely, and like I said, if he shows up on the television show, you know that you're right.
Well, I won't know. I won't be watching, so.
No, because, like I said, I have not watched the first episode of Total Divas, and I don't plan to. My favorite soap opera in human creation is about 100 days away, and anybody who knows me knows what that is. And if you don't know me and don't know what it is, Alabama football. Roll Tide. My second favorite is Auburn football. Roll Tide. And also, right now, I'm also knee-deep in the middle of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs as well as the NBA playoffs, so I'm enjoying the hell out of that. And that is why I have not watched a complete episode of Raw in one sitting for the last month. I've watched bits and pieces of Raw. Now, Lucha Underground to me, still appointment television. Impact, enjoy it. Ring of Honor, definitely enjoy it. I felt that it was totally appropriate, the fact that within a week after I asked the question, lo and behold, they dedicate pretty much an entire episode to Jay Lethal. When I've asked this question for the last last month in particular. Do you genuinely feel that Jay Lethal is going to get the respect and the appreciation that he has worked to earn? And Bowman, I'll throw that question right back to you before we head out for the night.
Sure, why not?
I just did.
I did.
You do feel?
Sure.
You feel that he'll finally get the appreciation that he has worked to earn?
Sure.
Okay. I don't think he will. Jay Lethal is a very talented in-ring performer. Jay Lethal makes a great heel, but he overacts quite often. And, you know me, there are so many different ways that a heel persona and an antagonist persona can actually come off. But unfortunately, I think that there's times when Jay Lethal kind of like overacts. And when he hits that stride and the character, everything just flows, verbally speaking, I think that he is one of the best behind the microphone. Because I think that he can genuinely sell the point that he's trying to make. But I think I'm in the minority on that. I think that there are so many people out there that don't give Lethal the respect that he has worked to earn. And that's the sad part about it. Because everybody still wants to go off preconceived notions that they have built in their own mind as it pertains to other talents that have held world championships. Let's put this one in play. My last one for the afternoon. Who do you feel has been a better ROH world champion? Jay Briscoe or Jay Lethal? MaBo? Is that your final answer?
I want to say tie.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say tie.
See, I can agree with that because for different reasons. Oh, kick straight to the chest. I'm watching MLS Soccer Sunday right now on Fox Sports 1, and it's Portland versus New York. Ha ha ha. Oh, Lord. One of the players just took a rocket kick from that ball. The ball was kicked rocket fast straight to the chest. And now they're shaking hands and saying, sorry, dude. But point made. Oh, God, that hurts. But I've taken that kick before. I loved soccer back when I was about 50 pounds lighter. I'd love to be able to play again. Just takes way too much cardio. And trust me, my definition of cardio right now is getting my fat ass out of this chair and going to eat dinner. That's my cardio for the day. No, but seriously, any other things you want to put out there, so to speak, other than your penis?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Shameless plugs, brother.
I'm not plugging anything personally myself. Plug this lamp into this wall, maybe. But if you people have noticed, and I'm sure Edward has, I've been putting up various flyers from various companies over at Beyond Ringside over on Facebook. The only time I'll put up a flyer, out of my own personal feed onto the Beyond Ringside feed is if it has the venue and the date and the prices if they're there and all that stuff.
Right.
Much like I did yesterday and earlier in the week for Excellence Pro Wrestling Smelly Cat, which was last night. Don't have results. Hopefully have those soon.
I almost called Babs to see if she wanted to come on today.
And also with AIW, they have their upcoming JT Lightning Memorial Cup tournament.
Right.
I've been putting the brackets up there, or the matchups. Also, their show after that, What's the Basement Klopek. If you don't get that reference, just get out. I know what that reference is. But, that's one of their upcoming shows, and they just recently posted for What's in the Basement Klopek coming back to AIW, where he got pretty much where he got started, Ethan Carter III. So, if you want me to put your poster up there, your flyer, your what have you, make it look nice. Let's put it this way: if you end up on Flyer Friday over at Trash Bag Wrestlers, whatever it's called, yeah, I'm not going to put your flyer up, so don't even think about it. But if you're a wrestler out there and we are friends on Facebook, like you'd be listening anyway, and you have a decent flyer, I'll be more than glad to put it up. And Eddie has said before, if you've got an event that you would like for us to promote, then I don't know, call Eddie or something. I don't give a damn.
I am waiting on a return message from good friend of the family, Cue Ball Carmichael, as to the details of the upcoming Buddy Landell Memorial Cup. I know that as of 2 weeks ago, he had been taking resumes, because I also know how much of a stickler and a professional Cue Ball is about the people that are going to be on this show. Also, as soon as I get all that information, I'll be more than happy to pass it along. Also, plans are in the works, and by next Sunday, I can probably have a nice little bombshell about an upcoming #BR road trip that is in the works. And as soon as things can be finalized, I'm going to get with the crew from the different shows and see who would be willing to go in on that trip as far as making the trip. And this is a big one. Let's just say this could almost be Legends status and then some. Trust me, we're going to have some fun with this one. In case you missed it, the first part of the show, well, go back and listen to the first part of the show. And you can find all the ways that you can listen. By the way, for the record, let me go and throw this one back out there one more time. If you missed this part, seriously, this is where I want to hear from you, seriously. And yes, I said seriously twice in one sentence, and I'll do it again. I don't care. If I want to go back and edit it and post, I will too. Who would be your top 5? Make it 10. Perfect and imperfect candidates for the induction of Vincent Kennedy McMahon into his own Hall of Fame. At Beyond Ringside on Twitter, Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live, and of course, BeyondRingside.com. The chat room is open over there. BeyondRingside.com, ProWrestlingRadio.net. Keep your eyes open on them both. And also, don't forget, folks, the player over on ProWrestlingRadio.net is actually compatible with all mobile devices that I know of. It has been tested on Apple, Android, Amazon, and BlackBerry devices. So if it doesn't work, that's a problem. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, folks, going to head for the ranch. He just disappeared. I hate it when that happens, but I'm also used to it too. So I'm going to go ahead and say, for Mark MaBo Bowman, I am the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne, saying thank you for going Beyond Ringside.